workshop for November 14th, 2016 at 6:37. Would you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In accordance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, notice of this meeting was given by way of notice filed with the Star Gazette and with the Express Times, filed in the Municipal Clerk's Office, and posted in Belvedere Town Hall, 691 Moore Street. In addition, the Belvedere Planning Board meeting was also advertised accordingly.
This agenda is subject to last-minute additions and/or deletions by the Belvedere Town Council. Does the council have any additions or deletions at this time? If not, I've got a couple changes. Under matters to be addressed, the downtown parking lot lease agreement and the library referendum will go into executive session at the end of this evening, so there'll be 2 executive sessions. Under matters to be addressed, we will be discussing the new councilmen getting their packages for the month of November and December. And that will be it. Any other additions?
Mayor, I do,
Yes.
this morning, we did have a meeting. I thought I just did a very small recap of the meeting, to which I would have to make a motion on that.
Okay, this is in reference to...
That was in reference to our Second Street Improvement Project.
Okay, then please add that to the matters to be discussed, street and road projects. Anything else? Roll call, please.
I have to do the other first.
Good.
So I'm not going to
No, that's good as well.
Place your right hand on the Bible. Left hand on the Bible. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Charles McIntyre, do solemnly swear
I, Charles McIntyre, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same and to the governments established
to the same and the governments established
in the United States and in this state,
in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will impartially and justly
I will impartially and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of councilman of the town of Belvedere
of councilman of the town of Belvedere
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Kennedy.
Here.
Councilman Fitzgerald. Here. Councilman McIntyre.
Here.
Councilwoman Myers. Councilwoman Napolitano.
Here.
Councilman Tucker.
Here.
In addition, I am going to do the planning board roll call. Michael Belby. David Deck.
Here.
Andreas Eisenberger.
Here.
Lawrence Gregg.
Here.
Harold Halverson.
Here.
Claudia Howard. Here. Joseph Kennedy.
Here.
Michael Luna.
Here.
Patricia McCallum. Here. Charlotte Warner. Here. We're going to have a joint executive session with the planning board and the town council regarding co-litigation, so I'm going to have to ask all of you to leave the room except for the planning board. I apologize, but this was scheduled in advance, so we need a motion there.
I need a motion and a second for resolution number R 2016-48. A resolution to enter into joint executive session with the Belvedere Planning Board to discuss litigation.
So moved.
All in favor?
Madam Board Chair.
Basically, the purpose of the executive session for the benefit of the public was we've had an ongoing affordable housing litigation has every municipality in the state of New Jersey nearly since the Supreme Court quasi-abolished the Council on Affordable Housing and put all the current round obligations under the court's jurisdiction. A lawsuit was filed on behalf of the township in the court to protect the township from a developer potentially being able to file suit for a builder's remedy and seek a substantially higher density than your zoning provides. The case has been litigated jointly with several hundred other municipalities as part of a large joint defense group. There have been expert reports obtained with municipal numbers. The primary defendant, or the primary advocate, I guess I should say, representing affordable housing in all these lawsuits is the Fair Share Housing Center. They got their own report with drastically higher numbers, so there was quite a bridge or gap to be bridged. Recently, as Paul Stubbins, our engineer, was indicating in the executive session, that in July, the Fair Share Housing expert came out with a modified report, and some of the municipalities' numbers came down by varying degrees. In this case, Belvedere, fortunately, the number that Fair Share's expert was coming up with came down quite a bit. Mr. Stubbins and myself and Dan from his office, all three of us went down to a settlement conference with Fair Share Housing Center and our court-appointed master. At that settlement conference, Fair Share offered an additional 30% reduction from their 93 units, I think was our revised number that their expert came up with. They offered a 30% reduction, which would take us to 66 units for this round. In addition to those 66 units, there's a 14-unit rehabilitation obligation of existing units they have around town. So the total number is 80. Just late breaking, there was some in Belvedere. There's a substantial project. It's Belvedere Square, which is a 50-unit rental complex. All of those units, well, there's some question of how many of those units would apply towards this round. Just recently, Mr. Stubbins' office, in talking with COA and with our master, we were able to just recently confirm that rather than just 34 of those units applying to our obligation, all 50 of those units will apply to our obligation, which again is further good news. So that's and then in addition to that, we have another 5-unit project that has been confirmed as being applicable to this round. That's another 5 units. And then there are rental bonuses because rental units get bonus credits up to 25% of our 66-unit obligation we can take as a credit. So that's another 16 credits of rental bonus. So basically at this point, we feel fairly comfortable as professionals that we can advise our council and the planning board that we have 71 units, which exceeds basically our obligation. We will have a rehab obligation, but we've been basically able to satisfy that through, I guess, Warren County ARC and so on and so forth, who kind of facilitates the programming for that. So at this point, we're recommending, and it's up for the mayor and council and the land use board to consider making motions to authorize the approval of the settlement that would ratify our obligation at 66 units with a 14-unit rehab obligation, and to settle that basically with existing credits and our existing rehabilitation program. I see Mr. Peck in the back. He'll be pleased to know that, I know we talked earlier that it doesn't look like at this point, as far as the settlement, we're going to need to do anything in terms of an in-place zoning. So you guys can continue to discuss that at the land use board level, but we're not going to be proposing as part of this settlement, and we think the master will be okay with it, given our credits. We're not going to need to propose any type of zoning one way or the other with respect to your client's property. So
and I apologize for speaking over 2 rows of audience here. Thank you very much. For the record, My name is Mark Peck. I'm an attorney with the Florio Carucci Law Firm, representing Casson Belvedere, which is property at Block 2, Lot 8. And again, we're just concerned that any settlement agreement that you enter into that affects our property, that we have not had a chance to sit down with the town fathers and to discuss. We reserve our rights to object to that. So I appreciate the consideration you've shown. I appreciate what Mr. Benbrook just shown, and thank you.
So that's where we'll go, and just for the benefit of my counsel and the board and the public, if the settlement is approved in principle tonight, sometime next spring, we've already had our repose extended through the end of February of next year. That repose, meaning Judge Miller has given us protection to perfect this settlement through next February. Sometime within that time frame, or perhaps a bit after if necessary, because the land use board, you guys as a board are going to have to prepare the housing element, prepare the fair share plans and things of that nature. All that's going to have to be reviewed by the master. You know, Paul will be busy working. Fortunately for me, I won't have a lot of work to do, but at some point, that'll all be circulated to the master, and a fairness hearing will be scheduled. Mr. Peck can come down there, hopefully to say how much he loves it, and that's where we'll be. And that's where our goal is at the end of the day, to get a judgment of repose and keep moving forward. So that's where we are now.
Council, I need a motion and a second if you're in acceptance with the settlement contract as explained.
Second.
Questions or comments? No questions or comments, all in favor? Any opposed?
Planning board will entertain a motion to accept the outline agreement.
I'll make a motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
So moved. At this time, I'd like to... Okay.
You will
Thank you.
entertain a motion to adjourn the planning board meeting.
Make a motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, you guys are working.
Thank you very much, folks. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'll let you work. We'll have to work.
No, please.
Boy, get you to do.
Give everybody out. Wait.
Okay, next we're going to move to the oath of office for Frank Tootle to the position of sergeant. Move up front.
Pretty ones. You're in the middle in front. You like to be.
Yeah.
It is. Place your left hand on the Bible. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Frank Tootle, do solemnly swear
I, Frank Tootle, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
obey true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments established
the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear,
that I will impartially and justly
impartially and justly,
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of Sergeant of the Belvedere Police Department
of Sergeant of the Belvedere Police Department,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
1939, taken by the Fairchild Aerial Survey. I obtained this at auction, at Field Auction, and it's remarkable. So I had copies made, and I went to share them in town, and we have a little group that meets up at the Presbyterian Church. And when you look at this, it's amazing. I mean,
What was the date on that, Gus?
it's pre-39. And everybody, you can stare at this for hours. If you come from Belvedere and you look at it, and I bring it in, and people would look at this and say, oh, that's this little place down here, that was called the Meadows. You know, it's back by your place. And actually, my brother came in, and where Sandy Beck lives across from the McFadden's, there was 2 empty lots. Howard Goldfinger and Alice Wilhelm. And Howard told my brother, he said, we didn't break ground until the spring of '38, and they're empty lots now. So we're pinpointing it. And Fairchild, he made airplanes, but then he got into aerial photography. And I'm just so glad that I won the bid, and I left the bid at Teal's auction, and I got this one and one in the same year of the Delaware Water Gap. And I said, I got to share this. And so I had copies made, and I'd love to see it hang in this. And it's ready for hanging.
Guys, put it right in the front lobby.
Do whatever you want with it, and
Arlene, thank you so much.
you'll enjoy it.
Thank you so much.
And
We may live in Pennsylvania, but Belvinger's our town.
we put on this, gifted to the town of Belvedere the Beautiful.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I just realized that most of the Searles in the Belvedere Cemetery are my relatives. And I never knew that until about a month ago. So actually, my roots are here. That's why it's in my town.
Good night, all.
Very good, thank you.
Very cool.
Need a motion to approve the minutes of October 20th, 2016 special meeting and the minutes of October 24th, 2016 regular meeting.
Motion?
Questions, comments, or corrections?
Yeah, I have one. 20th,
Yes.
that was the library meeting.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Mr. Mooney's statement, calculation, $135 cost, I believe was for the county library person. Unless I missed it somewhere, I don't see it there.
No, I didn't do, these aren't verbatim minutes.
Yeah, well,
They're
you
not
have
in-
certain things on it, I thought that was
Well,
important.
Yeah, some things, but I don't.
Would you like that added?
Yes, I would, please.
Please add the cost, playback the tape, see if it was 135
No, I'm
or
gonna take his word
155.
for it, quite
No,
frankly.
you don't have to, just play the, or wait, there wasn't a tape, was there? Or you could just check Mr.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go
Yes.
back, I'll take his word for it, if that's what you want, then that's what I'll put. Okay,
Any other-
135?
135.
Any other corrections? All in favor with the correction? Any opposed? Now it's time for public comments. Public comments on agenda items only. Please come up to the podium, state your name, and state your comments. Rita.
Mayor, I have a special letter, and it doesn't pertain to anything tonight, but can I be permitted to read it now before anybody else leaves the building?
I think I can grant that.
Elvis is one will leave soon. Rita Smickle, 3rd Street. I was asked if I would like to bring this letter tonight since they couldn't be here, and it's with great honor that they chose me to read it to you. To the Town Council of Belvedere. Friends, we want publicly to express our gratitude to Mayor Joseph Kennedy for his leadership and assistance to our churches in time of need. 5 of the local clergy were around the table at a meeting when Reverend Rose Hassan Cohen described to us the vandalism penetrated on her church. Then Reverend Evans, Rhodes Dodge described damage to his church property as well. I called Mayor Kennedy and asked to speak with him regarding the vandalism and what our response would and should be. He hung up the phone and was at the table with us in less than 5 minutes. He spent about an hour with us discussing the issue of vandalism and the approach not only to this incident, but also how our churches might join together to further the goals of unity and peace in our community. We spent time talking about the teens in our town, their needs, and their special gifts. We as local clergy feel that this community is on the verge of a new and exciting era of communication and interaction. The 5 clergy around the table represented our 4 main churches in this town. We're in a unique position, as most of us live on the park and our churches are centrally located to be beneficial to the community. Joe came to our meeting immediately, helped us to assist the situation. He had already cleaned up the damage, and helped us to communicate our hopes and dreams for the town. We want to thank you, Mayor Kennedy, and to pledge our support for the town. Godspeed. Reverend Dr. Pamela Zurich, Reverend Evan Rollins Dodge, and that Pastor Zurich is Presbyterian Church, Reverend Dodge is the Methodist Church. Thank you.
Thank you. In any case, public comment. I would also like to welcome, we have Amber and Costel here. These are 2 of our new local business owners here in town. They are going to bringing a bakery and baked goods here.
Yeah, we'll put them over here for anyone.
That's fine. Anybody, please, on your way out, open the box, please, everybody. Give it a try. This young couple, if you haven't really met them yet, you simply need to go online, and it's Sarabon Bake Shop. Please take the time to go online and look up Sarabon Bake Shop. The video that they've done for our hometown of Belvedere is absolutely spectacular. You'll see that their goal is not just to open a local bake shop here. Again, on the video you'll see is their commitment to the community as well, and the commitment to the people. They mention different aspects of people in need. They mention specific aspects of they hope to eventually even do dog treats for the animals, of which a lot of those proceeds will go towards rescuing and assisting animals. So it's just wonderful to have a young couple of entrepreneurs coming here to town. So let's make sure we get out there and wish them luck. And
When are they opening?
sometime in December.
Where's
They're working. They're going to be in Shoe Tree Deli.
She
They won't have time to paint the red over, but maybe next year. So we're very happy. Very happy.
Oh,
You guys like to say anything?
unless you get volunteers who would be willing to paint the color.
That's your job. Are you economic development?
I'm willing to.
I think you just volunteered.
Thank you.
Good, thank you.
We're
Thank
looking
you.
forward to it.
Yeah, lots
We
of
do
luck.
too. Thank you.
Yes.
We're very excited.
Any other public comment at this time? If not, we're going to move on to Resolution R 2016-47, a resolution authorizing a shared service agreement with the county of Warren County for public work services.
This was reviewed by our attorney, and it's basically just so that we can rent equipment if we need to, right in the county.
I need a motion and a second.
Motion?
Second. Questions or comments?
Did I hear it correctly? It's the idea of renting from the county?
Yes.
Only if you want to. It's a no obligation resolution, but it just sets the rates. If you do need a piece of equipment, this is the shared service. It's kind of mandatory to have one in place, so you can be able to go right down there and
have used some of their equipment, so.
So Jack, so just to me,
The sweeper?
Street
Sweeper, street sweeper.
so instead of buying it, maybe.
Right.
Right, right. Much more cost efficient.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Matters to be addressed, American flags displayed at entrance to town. I'll touch bases on this real quick. I've had a couple residents in the town of Belvedere that's willing to donate some flags at a couple of entrances in town, coming down Oxford Street and coming in from Water Street. They'd like to donate them in honor of America, and they just want to seek permission from council to do that.
Can we coordinate with economic development and the
Absolutely.
sign and the shade tree over
Absolutely.
the entrance trees for the heritage?
Absolutely. Would you like to take that on? I'll give you the information. I need a motion in a second.
So,
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
The only thing Des, I'll bring up to you, by the way, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but there are very specific regulations relating to the display of the American flag, such as if it's going to remain up at night, it has to be lit and everything else. So if you're going to do it, you want to take a look at those regs and make sure you do it right.
Maybe more of a banner type of flag, you know,
Yeah.
so not
Okay.
exactly an American
So
flag,
we'll
I'm thinking,
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what we're trying to develop, one of the things we're doing is to try to pick a pair of trees through the Shade Tree Commission, and as part of the economic development on this historic tree tour. There are historic trees out there, a tree that grew at George Washington's, and Jefferson's, and use those kind of trees, prepare them, and the first location we're looking at is the entrance pairs as entrances to town. With, if we can do a sign, if we can do a tree, naturally fits into it, but we create that kind of situation. The first place we've suggested is here and across the street, for example.
Councilman, why don't you let you elaborate more at the next meeting at your Thank you. Approval of Goodwill Fire Company membership application for Dennis Riley and William Ethel. I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Second. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Downtown parking lot lease agreement and the library referendum will both be going into tonight's executive session at the end of the meeting. Council, did you have?
I do, Mayor, I do have an addition, if you will. This morning, there was a meeting, I just want to cap on it quickly. Because of that, there are some things that need to be discussed as well as a motion being made. This morning, there was a meeting with myself, Mayor Kennedy, Councilman Fitzgerald, our engineer Paul Sturbins, and John Snyder, our director of DPW. There were 5 points that were discussed at this meeting. The first was the generator at Town Hall. The generator will be installed on Wednesday, November the 23rd. The gas meter change needs to be brought up and discussed. Installation.
I'm just gonna sign that.
That's,
Oh, okay, under
It
control?
doesn't need to be
No.
approved by you.
Perfect. Installation will take place on the 23rd again. It's going to take between 4 and 6 hours, where this building will have no power, no lights, no heat, no phone, no nothing. So we want a message on the computer and something on the front door. I don't know how we feel about the employees sitting here in the dark. Mayor, did you?
I'm gonna be on vacation, so.
That would be Becky and Dawn.
well, I would offer this, see if one of them would like to, either or, if they would like to take a personal or a vacation day.
I'm sure they'd be willing to take
And
one of
if
their
they want to
vacation
take one
days.
of their vacation days, so
We'll just
there's
leave
no
it up to-
loss to the town, that would be fine.
Leave it up to Teresa, she'll take care of it. But again, we'll have it on the website, we'll have it on the front door. There will be no power within the building while the generator's being installed.
That includes next door too.
The building.
Police.
Oh, the
Yes,
police will
yes.
be there, but they won't have.
They'll
to
be
do
there,
it.
but, yeah. Okay. Number 2, we discussed the generator at the DPW garage. The location was discussed. It'll be confirmed after inspection by Mazur's field man, Mazur Consulting, our town engineer. He's coming out on Friday, the 18th, this Friday. purchased. Number 3 was Oxford Street Improvement Project, Phase 3. Tilcon and K&A Paving will do the work for resolution. However, the concrete prices do need to be obtained. I would like to make a motion relative to that. I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead, I beg your pardon. I did confirm on the school schedule that this work will be done while school is closed. Good possibility it will be done in April. There's a long Easter vacation from Good Friday through the whole following week. Could be done then. If not, the last day of school is June 15th. It could be done then, but then it will be done definitely before the 4th of July. Number 4 is 2nd Street, and that is the improvement project to which, on this, I care to make a motion. I would like to make a motion that Mazer Consulting perform a road survey on the 2nd Street Improvement Project to include an assessment of conditions, specifically any problem areas.
I need a second.
Second.
A couple comments, then I'll ask their questions or comments. Just to bring everybody up to date real quick, the change in the gas meter for the municipal building will be done by Elizabethtown Gas at no cost. It's their gas meter, so it'll be swapped out, so there is no cost for the gas meter. The Phase 3 of the Oxford Street project will be done with the previous $90,000 grant that we have in-house, so there would be no cost on that as well. The generators, we also have a $95,000 grant for, which is going to cover both the cost of the generator here in the municipal building, as well as the generator in the DPW building. We also have a $136,500 grant that we got last year for 2nd Street. The reason that we're looking at the survey work for 2nd Street now is we do have the funds, am I correct? You've agreed and checked, that's all good. So we're using the funds that we have a surplus balance of in DPW streets and roads to get the surveying done this year to expedite it quickly next year when we'll be ahead of the game. The Phase 2 of the sewer imaging and GPSing has been done on all of these streets. So we have certified there's no big construction or corrective work that needs to be done. 2nd Street also has the gas lines in, so there'll be no need to rip up any new streets that we put in.
Correct, correct.
Any other questions or comments?
All free.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Lastly, Mayor, on the DPW garage, the repairs to the present garage and a potential new building were discussed. The subcommittee will continue to gather information with cost estimates, and we're going to create a 5-year plan for this project that will be then presented to council for approval.
Thank you.
And
I'd like
dose.
to thank both Councilwoman Napolitani and Councilman Fitzgerald for an excellently run meeting today. It was a pleasure to be there with you.
Mayor, just lastly, drawing a blank here, we did say we wanted to include Mr. McAleer going forward.
Yes.
He'll receive packets, Teresa. I'm sure you were going to do that anyhow. And if he is available to attend, he'll be included as well as executive session. And that's the addition. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have no appointments at this time. I need a motion to approve purchase orders.
Second?
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Now it's time for second public comment. Please come up to the podium, state your name, and state your comments.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just wanted to invite the Town Council and the Belvedere Economic Committee to come to the Warren County Economic Development Committee. The next meeting is November 8th at 8 a.m. Thank you, and it's at the Wayne Dumont Building.
December 8th?
Thank you. Would that be December 8th?
December 8th
December 8th.
at 8 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Richard Newman, 15 Green Island Street. On October 15th, I had a propane leak at my residence. nicely. It was a 3-hour delay in me removing the underground tank from my property. So I'd like to thank them for that. I do have one thing I'd like to bring to light in regards to the process in which I had to go through to get the propane tank removal permit. Patrick, our town engineer, I don't think he's actually a town engineer, but
He's the construction.
Construction official. Took 4 weeks to even get back to me as to whether I needed a permit. Finally succeeded. I did not need a permit. I asked how I would have a record of pulling the tank from my property, because there's a record of the tank on my property. If I didn't have a permit, how would I have a record when I go to sell my house? Should I do that? Whereupon he let me get a permit at the cost of $90, which seemed a little high for something that I apparently didn't need. And that was pulled October 15th. I believe it was a week later on Friday, because they're only in on Friday. I emailed Becky as well as Patrick proof of photos of removal of the tank as was requested, so we could close the permit. I have called my voicemails, and I still don't have a resolution as to whether my permit has been closed, and I cannot reach that. Just I'm either told they're on vacation, they're at the office, they're on the site, they're doing this, they're doing that. I can't get a hold of them.
No, see, somebody calls you tomorrow.
Okay, I appreciate it.
You beat me to it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Newman. Thank you very much. Ms. Scott?
Island Scott, I have just one quick question. You said that the library referendum is going into executive session.
Yes.
Are you coming back out with any kind of decisions?
We don't know that till after we...
Okay. If you do, could they possibly have to do with money?
No, it's just,
No? Okay.
I think it's just going to be starting the discussion about procedure.
Okay, thank you.
Any other public comment? At this time, I'll entertain a motion and a second to enter into executive session. Steph? All in favor? Aye. Thank you very much, guys. Hopefully this won't be too long. I need a motion and a second to enter back into regular session.
Motion?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Very briefly, we had a very brief discussion about the fact that the referendum did pass, and now we're going to have to reach out to the county and start the dialogue on the transition and the timetables and things of that nature. I will do that. I will direct a letter to the county and reach out by phone to Steve Marvin, the county administrator, and we'll, in coordination with John Moody, our auditor, and we'll start working our way through the issues with the understanding. It's a very new statute. I think, as I said, we may be the first library that's dissolving under this new statute, so we're going to be kind of charting a new course here, but we will endeavor to make sure it's smooth for the residents and